Pryor receives a hard pass. Nice move. What a goal. She scores. A beauty from Britt Pryor.
And they knowing that's a plus. Back to back, highlight plays. All my moves is tough. Watch them work.
Come up with it. Comes out with the puck. She scores. Kramer has an open lane to the net. Stopped by Harris. She shoots. She scores.
All I want. W's and bank rolls, that's all I want. That's all I want. W's and bank rolls, that's all I want. Hey.
Big slap shot, kicked out, rebound. They score. Steven shoots, score. Walks the blue line, throws it on, rebound. They score. Got in front again. Oh, and it's stopped by Harris. Now Pryor in front, she scores. Suter, Walker scores. And welcome back, everybody, to Westwood Arena. It is the quarterfinal. Top of second place teams were the Burlington Barracudas, and second of the second place teams, the Whitby Wolves. My name is Jared Bapty. Burlington in their dark blue jerseys, Whitby in their white jerseys. We are ready to go. Quarterfinals, the last game of the day. And right up at neutral ice, Abby Thibodeau trying to keep that from getting into her defensive zone. Britt Pryor reached for that one and turns it the other way. Pryor down into the offensive zone, centering it in front, and Murdoch spun and lost an edge. She tried to get that on net. Pryor now with a shot that's stopped by Maya Lucifora. First shot of the game. Last time these two teams met, it was early November. It was a 5-2 win for Burlington, but that was several months ago now. Maya Lucifora was incredible in that game, despite 5 goals, as that's slapped away by Lucifora to the near boards. Up the wall, but not out. Avery Moon holding it in, goes round back of the net to the far side. Alyssa DiGiacinto up the right wing for Whitby, and deflected just over onside. Battle for the puck in that far boards area. Sweeping at it was Moon. Thibodeau got it behind the net now up the far side. Caitlin Charlton down the left wing now for Burlington. Peters trying to get to the net. Reaching for it was Charlton, following up Suter. Charlton again, trying to get it in front. That was cut off by the stick of Hannah Stefik. And that was Shayna Desjardins, as the Barracudas get back into the offensive zone again. Lucifora stopped it behind her own net. Callista Bruff tried to play that up the near wall. That was cut off by Burlington. Houston tried to get it in front. That was off a leg. And Whitby's back the other way. Reese Whiteman with a shot that goes just wide. Looked like it was deflected. Julia Stephen got a stick up under her arms there, and a call's coming to Whitby. Shannon Harris headed to the bench as Deja Houston gave it off to Tegan Gray. He's trying to prevent the touch-up of Whitby, but there it is. And here comes an early power play for Burlington. Reese Whiteman got her stick up under the arm of Julia Stephen. So, power play brought to you by Skids Away, Pallet Sales, and Recycling Solutions. Burlington won the draw, but it skipped under the stick of Thibodeau, so they had to retreat now and out through center. Murdoch ahead for Pryor. Slams on the brakes on the far side. Flores into the far corner, back to the line, Moon. One touch to Murdoch on that far side again. Murdoch back to Moon once more, walking the blue line, drops it off for Murdoch again. in deep. Flores trying to get it in front, was cut off. Couldn't get the pass to go. Moon now to the front. Thibodeau with a tip. Was just fought off by Lucifora and wide. Murdoch trying to dig it out. Bounce to the line. Moon for Thibodeau. Near side now. Pryor with a deflection on. Lucifora with another save. Top line still out there for Burlington with 1:10 to go on the advantage. Moon tipped it to Thibodeau. Drop pass from Flores to Murdoch into the far corner. Murdoch trying to spin away from pressure, takes a slash. Got that into the far corner. Pryor's on it again. Drops it to the line. Moon into the far corner for Flores. Flores trying to come after it. And it's fired out and down the ice by DG Jacinto. Harris up the far boards. That's off the referee as he was backing into the zone. And so Moon takes it behind her own net with 30 seconds left on the power play. The second unit coming out now for Burlington. Here goes Healy now with Peters. Peters turning away, waiting for the rest of her teammates to get set up. Her pass goes off a skate. Suter for Steven, who got it in deep again to Charlton. Charlton still with the puck. Suter now. Peters in front. Off her stick. Charlton trying to muscle it to the net. Suter trying to keep it in. It just trickles over the blue line and out as a penalty expires. Steven takes 2 slashes from the player out of the penalty box and takes a shot on Lucifora, who makes the glove save. Holmes has it knifed away from her, but Steven kept it alive off a skate. Houston in front, deflected away from Holmes. Whitby skating it out to center now. Elena Burgess on her off wing, tries to chip it around Steven. Burgess fell on the puck behind the net. And it's being dug out now by Houston, who's tied up. Healy got there, lifted it off the glass and down the ice. Could be a 2-on-1 for Burlington. No icing, it didn't get all the way there, but Sydney Sawyer did get there first for Whitby, and they're back on the attack. Deflected away by Megan Reed. Trying to come to it now in the area behind the net. It bounces. Still battling for it behind the net again. Molly Ferris reverses it. Flores had her stick lifted, but Healy slaps it round the boards and out to center. DG Jacinto, cross ice pass cut off by Pryor. Thought about chipping it ahead for Flores, but dumped it in instead. Near wall, knocked down by Murdoch into the near corner. Round back of the net for Flores. Far side now, left it in deep again for Murdoch. Trying to find the pass in front. Murdoch battling. Pryor came in and picked it up. Pryor tied up on that far wall. Now Flores got it to the line. Just held in by Moon, lifted in deep. Murdoch has to settle the puck, thrown it in front. But nobody was there, and it was picked up by Whitby and taken out to center. Taya Leonard, her pass is cut off, and Pryor finds a loose puck, sends it ahead for Murdoch again. Murdoch stepping around the defense. Big save by Lucifora as Murdoch cut to the net. Whitby cleared it out to center and in deep now. Thibodeau upended as she went to play the puck. And it's now in the far corner, still off the referee again. Is that almost deflected out in front? Peters lost an edge, but she got it out to center. Flipped to the open side where it's backhanded in deep again by Bruff. Steven got 2 Wolves on her, poked at by Suter to the line and out. Dropped back to Sawyer and ahead now to the far side. Trying to muscle it over the blue line is Hannah Thornton. She does. And knocked down on the far side as Hannah Stefik. Whitby looking for a call. And they don't get one. Deflected away by Harris on the centering pass attempt, but held in by Randall Strongman. Steven, her pass is deflected away by Strongman. She recovers it and bounces it out to center. Charlton, and now Houston ahead for Holmes, but I guess she didn't touch it. And it's an icing call against Burlington. Face-off, scrambled, slapped up the boards, but kept alive, deflected wide on the centering pass. There's another one, they score! On the first shot of the game, the Whitby Wolves find the back of the net and have taken a 1-0 lead. Donegan leading the pack. Assumes she's got it. Burlington couldn't get out of their own zone. But they're right back on the attack. Gray with a slap shot that goes wide. Holmes picks it up at the blue line, but has ambushed and hooked to the ice. No call on that one as it goes to the far side for Reed. Reed still with it, backhands it down into the offensive zone. Not quite on net, so I don't think we'll count that as a shot. And it's up the far side now. Reed stepped up. Flores picked it up. Tried to center it in front for Pryor. That was cut off. Gray sent it behind the net. Near side up the boards. And just deflected out to center, but Healy's right on it. Right back in by Healy. Deflected behind the net. Bruff reversed it to the near side. Michaela Mailhot trying to step away from Pryor. Fired cross-ice out to center. Battle for it. Slapped ahead to Moon, who fires it now. Deflected down the ice. And it goes on net. And so, I guess we'll have to count that one as a shot. And a stoppage in play. .6:43 left in this first period. Burlington down 1-0. It's the first time they've trailed in a game since, well, against the London Devilettes. Puck picked up by Sophie Harold. Spinning away from Peters, sent it to the far side. Flipped up and out to neutral ice. Burgess knocked away from her. All three Barracudas are on the wrong side of the ice as that was shot towards the front of the net. I guess we'll count that. Long lead pass cut off by Haslam. Can't get the shot to get on net though. Haslam tries to get it in front. That's cut off by Thibodeau. Sent up the far side and not out. Kept alive by Whitby. It's in the far corner now. Thibodeau trying to come up with it. Thrown towards the front of the net, but it's deflected wide. Haslam taking it into the boards by Moon. Battling for it, centering it in front. Harris covers it up on the near side. And we'll count that as a shot. As Whitby is finding the opportunities right now. Sent behind the net for Steven. Off the boards and out to center. Gray can't pick it up though. It's lifted back the other way, and Steven, as she tried to turn and play the puck and let go of her stick, it got caught up in the feet of, I believe that was Haslam. No, it would have been DiGiacinto, and so Steven has taken a tripping penalty now. 5:26 left in the first period. Healy muscles it round to the far side. Gray comes to it, gets it just out to center as it was rolling on its edge, so she didn't get all of the clearing attempt. Ferris from her own zone. Houston tracking her. Ferris takes it into the near corner, tips it behind the net to the far side. There's Haslam. One of the top performers for Whitby on the season. That's deflected just wide. I don't know, that might have been a high stick. Would have been close for sure. Reed out to center. Gray skating after it. Haslam's going to get there first, though. Gray watching her. Threw it up the boards. Holmes keeping it in deep in the Whitby zone. Lucifora out to play it. Left it for Sawyer. Hard pass ahead for Whiteman and into the offensive zone. That was pretty close to being offside. Whiteman tied up. Centering pass cut off by the stick of Harris, and Murdoch fires it into the body of Desjardins. Thibodeau tries the other way. No defender on the near blue line, so the Barracudas are able to get it out and down the ice. Haslam. I don't know why the linesman waved that off, as Burlington is still on the penalty kill. Puck poked out on that far side. Slamming on the brakes is Donegan. Got it back to the line. Desjardins scores! Shot from the point, found its way through. Desjardins on the power play, and it's 2-0 Whitby. Face-off win for Whitby. Sent up the far side. Reed back up the other way. Burgess got it. The near side. Pryor's back the other way. 3-on-2 for Burlington. Flores stopped by Lucifora. Face-off poked at by Murdoch. Flores came up with it, dropped it to Healy. Slap shot, whistled it just wide of the near side. Rebound came off the glass, and it was picked up by Stefik and sent round to the far side. Carried now by Bruff, all the way over the blue line and into the offensive zone. Burlington giving Whitby lots of space here. Hacked at by Pryor, trying to get it out to center. Big tie up on the near wall. Haley comes out with it and takes it behind the net to settle things down a bit for the Barracudas. Finding themselves down 2-0 here in the first period. All the way down the ice, Suter going after it. On the near wall, Steven trying to pinch in. Keeps some offensive zone time for Burlington. That pass is deflected away by Harold. Now ahead for Suter, though. Long shot stopped by Lucifora. That's wrapped around to the near wall. Steven kept it alive in deep now. Thrown up the wall again. Charlton stole that away. Got it behind the net. Suter after it on the far corner now. In deep, Peters. Couldn't get her pass to go. At the line now, Thibodeau. Trying to keep it alive. Suter takes a cross check as that's stolen away and sent out to center. Nail hot. Can't chip it past Steven. Pass cut off by Charlton now. Charlton out through center. Gets the dump in, and her teammates go for a change. Houston trying to dig it out. Gray comes to it in the near corner. Tried to throw it out in front. It was off a body. Gray is tied up. Can't come up with a puck. And it's taken by Whitby and fired cross ice down the ice. Reed racing after it. Tied up by Ferris. Goes into the near corner. Flores up the near side for Holmes, who got it ahead for Gray. Gray into the offensive zone, slams on the brakes and has it knifed away from her, but Holmes followed up. Lost it in the near corner, though, and Whitby throws it out to center. Flores knocked it down and chips it into the far corner, goes after it. Flores blocked the clearing attempt by Bruff, but bounced away from her, and Whitby is able to recover the puck. Bruff. Cross ice pass, that was out of the reach of Ferris, and Reed sends it off the linesman. As Murdoch gets it to Pryor. Lanced away from her and stopped at the line by Reed. That's offside on the Wolves. Less than a minute to go in this first period. Burlington down 2-0. poked at by Steven. It got by her, but she recovered it. Send it round to the far side for Healy. Had to wait for the referee to glide out of the way and play the puck. And the Barracudas get it out with a second attempt. Suter is cross-checked from behind. No call as she made the play into the offensive zone. Now Pryor, near corner. Tied up on that near corner as well as Murdoch trying to dig it out. Murdoch still battling for it. Pryor heading to the bench now as it's lifted out to center. Pryor found it and fired it right back in deep as the rest of her line goes for a change. Looks like Coach Murdoch has changed up the lines a little bit. We got Flores out there with Peters and Charlton. Try and mix things up a little bit, get things going as Charlton has stood up at the red line by Sawyer. No call there either. Flores right at the buzzer as the first period comes to an end with a 2-0 lead for Whitby. We'll be back for the second. Second period coming up now. Top line back out there for Burlington. Back together, Flores, Pryor, and Murdoch. And Flores won the draw. Moon dropped it back for Thibodeau, who sidesteps it for check of Whiteman and gets it into the offensive zone. And Thibodeau is blown up at the blue line. No call there as Murdoch recovers and makes sure that nothing happens offensively the other way. Kicked out at the blue line on the dump-in attempt by Moon. Tie up on that far wall. Flores dropped it for Murdoch. Murdoch couldn't receive the pass. Flores trying to keep it alive in that near corner. It's floated out to center by Whitby. Healy ahead. And some confusion at the Burlington bench. Don't think they quite touched it, but that was close. Bounced out to center. And in on the attack now is Mail Hot. Slams on the brakes. Tries to get it to the front. They score. Burlington all over the ice. Mail Hot got it to the front where Whiteman made a beautiful move on Harris. And it is 3-0. Early in the second period. Now I'll say this. Burlington was down 3-0 against London at around the same time. Gray in the offensive zone. In deep for Holmes now. Holmes is tripped up and that has drawn a penalty. And that is exactly the kind of turnaround you want. DiGiacinto going off for a trip. 13:43 left in the second period. Holmes with another penalty drawn. It's one of her specialties. Tie up off the draw, one back by Whitby, taken behind the net by Haslam. Oh, dangerously centered in front. Moon pinching in, Murdoch kept it at the line. Flores dropped it for Pryor, who sends it to the near side now, and the Barracudas start to set up. Moon at the blue line, high slot for Pryor. Murdoch on the near side, the pass didn't quite connect. Moon again at the line, Murdoch, top of the near circle, in deep. Flores, one touch pass in front, looking for the puck. Pryor got it on. 2 stops for Lucifora, and she hangs on. Just under a minute and a half to go in the power play, brought to you by Skids Away. Pallet Sales and Recycling Solutions. Pryor back to Healy, in deep for Flores. Trying to find the pass in front, takes it behind for Murdoch, now at the line, Moon. Murdoch near side, in deep, Flores in front. Pryor, another save by Lucifora, and it's knocked out to center by the glove of Sawyer. Moon wraps her up, and that's a penalty coming from the back official. I'm not sure how the front official didn't call that, but that is that's definitely a penalty against Moon. Holding call has been made. And and that washes out the power play opportunity for Burlington with 1 minute and 3 seconds left on it. Poked at behind the net. Steven battling for it with Donegan. Taken away by Suter and fired off the glass. Knocked down, but it does get out to center. Stevens on it again. Skates it herself out through center and in. Steven with a nice move to get to the net, and she is knocked down as she tries to get there. But another shot on Lucifora and another save. As we have 4-on-4 for another 44 seconds. Poked at by Charlton, thought about dropping it back, but there was a Wolf lurking around, tried to center it in front, it was off the side of the net, drops it back to the line now. Steven in deep for Charlton, comes back to the blue line, left it for Steven, stepping into his shot, glove save by Lucifora. Holmes and Peters out there for the Barracudas. Now face off one into the feet of the linesman, and it's wrapped around back of the net by Ferris. Near side now Thibodeau trying to keep it alive, bounce to the line and just out. And a quick pass ahead for Haslam. Now 2-on-1 for Whitby, far side. Shot off a stick and up over the glass and out of play. Seven seconds to go in the penalty to Di Giacinto, and Moon will sit for another minute and 4. Face off outside the Burlington zone. I don't know about that one. I'm pretty sure it went off Stevens' stick, but anyways, they're right back on the attack regardless, and will set up now with a man advantage. Haslam in the near corner. Cross ice pass knocked down by Ferris. She's still got it. Dropping it behind the net. It stopped there. Now far side Ferris again. At the line, Desjardins. Long shot fought off. 2 stops by Harris. Goes into the far corner. Comes up to the near point now. Now it's on the near side. Haslam sidesteps the sprawling Holmes for the block. That did get through. Another shot for Whitby and another save by Harris. And it's knocked out to center by Burlington. Desjardins in the middle for Haslam. Drops it for Ferris. Now Desjardins. Shot off the stick of Houston and out of play. 13 seconds to go on the penalty to Moon. Near corner. Big battle for it. Thibodeau got it up the near wall. Houston muscled it out to center and tried to hit Moon with a pass, but Gray skated onto it, and Moon was half a step in front of the play and went offside. Top line out there for Burlington again with 10:40 to go in this second period. Bank pass goes all the way down the ice, but it goes on net, so Harris has to cover up, and that will count as a shot. Face off to the left of Harris, one to the front by Flores, but Pryor couldn't quite clear it out, just held in, high slot, Harold, shot doesn't get through, Steven banks it off the boards and out to center, and it's off a Whitby glove perhaps on the bench. So yes, it'll be outside the Whitby zone on the deflection. Face-off pushed ahead by Pryor. Murdoch battling for it in front of her own bench. Pryor trying to drag it through. Cuts to the net. Another save for Lucifora. Behind the net now, Murdoch. Pryor got it back to the line for Steven. Slap shot just wide. Moon on the far side now, gets it in deep for Pryor. Centering it in front. Flores just had it knocked away from her, but Moon kept it alive. Steven after it, pinching in to keep it alive as well. Pryor trying to sweep it in front. Had her stick checked and she fell as it's muscled ahead by Stefik into the offensive zone. Oh, dangerously in front. Moon swatted at it and Trusted was able to clear it away. Suter drop pass for Peters. Long shot is blocked. Can't come up with the rebound as it's bounced to the far side and out. Healy knocked it down before it got to the red line and chipped it ahead. Now lifted up and down the ice. Reed going after it and icing waved off. Reed couldn't quite stretch it out. Near side now, went past Charlton. Sawyer goes after it in her own zone, banks it behind the net as Whitby sets up. Pass cut off by Peters, but stolen away again by Strongman. In deep now, Reed. Still on the puck. Tipped out to center. Suter by Suter. Peters after it. Suter has her stick lifted. And back the other way are the Wolves with Strongman. Knifed away by Reed. Bounced to the line and out to center. Peters trying to control the puck over the blue line, right through the feet of Gray though. And it's slapped to the blue line. Held in by Healy. Gloved down by Sawyer and sent to her D partner on the far side, Kyla Kenya. She got it ahead and Thibodeau is now on it in her own zone. Thibodeau with a cross ice pass to Healy. Had to settle on the control of the puck. Just onside as Holmes knocked it down. And it's over and back, so Burlington had to touch up as Gray's stick got caught up in the skate of Desjardins. Whitby's in the offensive zone though. Holmes couldn't drag it through. Healy whacking at it on that far side. Backhands it out to center. Here goes Holmes now. Houston going with her. Holmes in front for Houston and she just missed the net. Trying to get it back out in front and Lucifora pounced on it on the near side of the net. Seven minutes 46 left to play in this second period. Burlington still down 3-0. Pryor battling forward in the near corner. Murdoch and Flores come in to help. Pryor got it to Flores. Slap shot kicked away by Desjardins. Murdoch tried to wrap it back out in front. Whacking away at it. Doesn't get on net. Flores in front for Steven and it went off the heel of her stick. Murdoch's got it behind the net for Pryor again. Pryor looking for the pass in front. Steven tried to one-touch it and it was cut off. And it's skated out to center by Haslam. Stevens got it in her own zone now. Tipped ahead for Murdoch and tipped into the offensive zone as Murdoch lost her stick to Bruff with a quick change and Suter and Charlton are out. Charlton trying to tip that in front. Suter with the pass, but it was too high. Out at center, Peters drops it back for Reed. Near side now, Suter tried to bank it off the boards and it almost hit her father on the bench as Jamie Suter had to duck out of the way. But it was off a Whitby stick, so face off outside the Whitby zone. Draw one to the near wall. It's skated down by Sawyer and centering pass cut off. Poked away from Leonard. And back the other way, Burlington. It's off the referee again. And that's Peters now trying to make her way to the net. It's knifed away from her. Pass knocked down by Charlton. And now up for Peters. Three Wolves converged on her and stole the puck away. Leonard centering it in front. That's cut off as well. Another attempt doesn't get through. Peters now trying to hit Gray with a pass. That'll be offside if they touch it. Peters with another attempt finally gets it to Gray, who dumps it in and goes after it. Houston, fresh off the bench, goes after it as well. Lucifora up the far side for Mail Hot into the middle and pass a little too hot to handle, so Moon winds it up and skates it out. Down into the right side area, knifed away from her, but Holmes followed up. And Holmes has it knocked away from her as well. Mailhot back the other way. Tried to get it ahead, and yes, that will be offside if Whitby touches it. Trying to chip it out to center. Holmes got it for Murdoch. Murdoch trying to cut her way to the net. That is into the glove of Lucifora, and she hangs on. 5.5 left in the second period. Still no score for Burlington despite 14 shots. Shots are 14-9 in favor of Burlington over Whitby. With 3 goals on the board for the Wolves. At the line, Steven tries to feather that through. That's off a skate and wide. Flores behind the net for Murdoch. Stick handle to Flores. Now return to Murdoch again on the trying to center that on the short side of the net. It's just out of the reach of Flores. Murdoch deflected it behind the net as she was tied up. Ruff taken to the near wall by Pryor. Murdoch couldn't get it in front. That was cut off as well. Thornton has it stolen away by Steven. Steven gets it out to center. Here's Murdoch again. Now Flores with some space. Flores, Murdoch in front, and the net is knocked off. That net keeps falling off. We can hear the coaching staff on the Burlington bench saying we need pucks on net. We gotta shoot it. We gotta pick our corners. Perhaps not making Lucifora work hard enough, even though they've thrown more rubber at her than Whitby has at Harris. Ahead now, Peters skating on her off wing. Clips it round back of the net to the far side. Haley pinching in. Gets it in deep for Charlton, who's pinned up on the back wall. Suter came in to help out. Charlton muscled it to the area behind the net as she was taken down. Peters on the puck. Fanned on it in deep. Charlton trying to dig it out. Comes to the open area on the near side of the net, and it's cleared out to center. Steven battling for it, taken into the boards, and a 3-on-1 now for Whitby, but the shot is stopped by Harris. .404 left in the second period. Face off one by Whitby. Sawyer trying to come up with it. Big battle ensues. The near side. Bursey couldn't get it on net. Sent up the far side. Holmes trying to kick it out. Just held in only for a second, and the second attempt does get back in by Whiteman, but it's cleared out and down the ice. Not enough for icing. Far side. Flip to the center ice area, knocked down by Donegan and sent in deep. This is Reed now. Up the near side and out to center. Gray skating onto it. Bursey gets it to the far side for Kenyon. Cross ice pass, and Whiteman was just offside. 3:14 left to play in this second period. Burlington still has yet to solve Maya Lucifora. Face off one by Whitby, goes to the area behind the net, knocked away from Flores as it was just sort of gliding behind the net. That pass is cut off by Steven. And Steven skates it herself. Looking for an option now, throwing it in front for Flores. Can't get the shot through. And Lucifora finds a loose puck on the near side of the net. He went off the draw for Murdoch. Thibodeau tries to get it on net. That was blocked on its way there. Into the near corner now. Murdoch and Pryor. Murdoch comes out with it, throws it in front. Off a stick to the line. Steven just couldn't quite corral it in, but Thibodeau followed up and got it in deep. Flores cut the pass off. Here's Murdoch in the high slot, off the crossbar, bouncing around for the rebound. And Lucifora found it somehow as the net came off. Burlington can't buy a goal in this game. Face-off win for Suter. Charlton to the line, Reed. High slot, now Peters. Spins away from pressure. Leaves it for Reed, but couldn't get there in time, and it's cleared out and down the ice. Thornton going after it to beat out the icing. Thornton takes it behind the net to the far side. Poked at it by Charlton, or Healy actually. Skated up to the line by Strongman and dumped into the near corner again. Suter battling for it. 4 players converge behind the net. Comes to the near side. Reed fires it off the boards, but that's going to go all the way down the ice. Not enough for an icing call, though. Sawyer to the far side. Long lead pass. That will be an icing call against Whitby. 1:39 left to play in the second period. Face off to the left of Lucifora. Clean win off the draw. Holmes with a quick shot. That was off a stick and wide. Up the near side and one touch out to center all the way down the ice. I do not believe Moon touched that puck, but they waved off the icing anyways. Moon is held up and taken down. No call there as she tried to get the puck out to center. Holmes to Thibodeau. Gray is with her. Thibodeau gonna step around the defense, goes to the near corner and is tied up there. Houston with the puck now. Poked away from her. Thibodeau recovered it. In deep for Gray. It went by her. And it's skated by Stefik. Tried to lift it out to center. Knocked down at the blue line by Burlington. High slot now. Gray tried to get it in front for Murdoch, but that was off a skate. Last minute to play in this second period. Stefik skates into Murdoch, and the puck comes to Steven now. Flores and Murdoch with a 2-on-1. Flores has it cut off as Flores was going to the net. Murdoch tried to get it to her, but it was broken up nicely by the Whitby defense. 30 seconds to go in the second period. Pryor ahead for Murdoch. Flores trying to come to help her out. Murdoch with a nice move. Stopped by Lucifora, and the rebound is smothered by Lucifora, and Flores was knocked down. Referee giving Coach Gray a bit of a talking to with 20 seconds left. Steven got it in deep. Murdoch couldn't come up with it. White man with a cross-ice pass cut off by Healy. Right back into the offensive zone. Healy got it in deep. Not going to have enough time to get one more shot on net for Burlington as it's cleared out to center and down the ice, and Steven just maintains possession of it. As the buzzer goes, 3 goals for Whitby, 2 in the second period, as Burlington finds themselves down 3-0 after 2. Here we go, third period. A lot of work for the Burlington Barracudas to do now, and they're right to it. Murdoch's shot goes wide, bounces off the wall. Goes to the far side, just chipped by Thibodeau. And Flores found it, got it across for Moon, who dumps it in. That'll be a high stick if Whitby touches it. Pryor went after it. Trying to come up with the puck now with Murdoch on the area behind the net. Flores thinking about going in to help out. Still trying to dig it out now. Pryor's come up with it. Pryor left it for Flores, who tried to whistle that one on net. Band on it a little bit now in front for Flores, and it's just knifed away from her, but Moon kept it alive. Murdoch into the area behind the net. Pryor found it there. Tried to reverse it in deep. It was off a body, and there's another cross check in the back. we were just looking at another one there, Haslam with that one. And a face-off coming now inside the Whitby zone. Face-off win, bounce to the line by Suter. Steven couldn't keep it in enough. Now does it a second attempt. Tie up in the area in front of the far point now. Steven just lost it in her feet and it trickled out to center. Pass across for Peters. Trying to work at it. Peters backhands it ahead. And it's taken right back by DiGiacinto and out to center. Haley fires it right back in deep. Lucifora leaves it behind her own net. Desjardins. Peters almost cut that off. Gray trying to settle it down. Far side. Sent it into the near corner now. Holmes fresh off the bench as Gray goes after it on the near side. Holmes almost came to it, but it was sidestepped by DiGiacinto. Long shot in and out of the glove, and they score. Harris. Thought about coming to the bench after that one. And I think that is it for Shannon Harris. DiGiacinto getting that one past Harris. And then now a 4-0 lead. Gray muscles it through on the attack. Trying to get it to the front of the net, squeezed out, but Moon stepped into his shot. It was off a couple of sticks and poked away by Lucifora. Holmes knocked to the ice, no call, as that is lifted cross ice and out to center. Reed going back for it, Whiteman watching her, and it went off the stick of Whiteman, and she lost it. But coming onto it, Donegan with Callie Pitts now in net for Burlington. Shot into the equipment of Megan Reed, and so the play is called. It looks like we've got a potential net guarded issue with Donegan that has been solved, so the face-off kicked down to the net, and Pitts covers up. Swatted behind the net by Moon. Reed up the near side, deflected out to center by Flores, but taken away by Sawyer. Flores is on it. It was Pryor who deflected it out, and that's Pryor who intercepted that pass. Now Flores chipped it to the near side and goes after it. Flores spins and comes up with it. Pryor as well. Murdoch takes a bump. She tries to get it in deep. Reed keeping that in just for a moment. At the blue line again. Flores trying to muscle it ahead. It's taken by Sawyer. Pass deflected off 2 sticks and down into the Burlington zone. Moon behind the net for Thibodeau. Lost it in her feet, and it's taken away by Whitby in front. Stopped by Pitts. Out at center, cut off by Suter. And on the attack now, long shot into the body of Lucifora, and she hangs on. .16:40 left in this third period. Burlington now down by 4 with another early goal by Whitby. Bounced up and out in front, and Charlton lost her balance and accidentally bumped into Lucifora as she was tracking the puck in the air. So face off. Now Charlton trying to come up with it in the near wall. Suter as well, trying to dig it out. Peters comes in to help, gets it into the near corner. Suter comes out with it now. Reversed it in deep for Peters. Trying to sidestep the check, goes round back of the net. Peters still got it. Trying to bring it to the line now. Peters got it for Suter, and it was just out of her reach. Haslam got it out to center. Mailhot now into the offensive zone. Shot blocked by Steven. Taken into the back wall That goes through the high slot to the far side. Burgess fanned down her shot. Second attempt to Thibodeau sent out and down the ice. Nobody really skated for that one, but I guess it's an icing call. Thibodeau can't muscle it out the far side. It's round back of the net, Steven. Stolen away from her by Harold. Steven got it back, gets it up through center to Charlton, but it skipped away from her stick. Pass cut off by Suter. Peters got it in deep, and we go for a wholesale change. Burgess off the boards and out at center. Reed fires a pass back to Healy. Off the boards and now to Holmes. Out through center and in. Holmes trying to get it out in front. Gray whacking at it, and Lucifora pouncing on that loose puck, covers up. Face-off win for Burlington. Holmes dropped it for Healy, who got it in deep. Houston reaching for it. Gray's got it now. Pinned up on the back wall. Gray and Houston battling. Houston still got it now. Gray got it to the near side. Got a stick up in her midsection, looking for a hooking call. Not going to get one, apparently. As Healy sidesteps a check and tries to get it ahead. Holmes knocked it down on the clearing attempt. Down into the near corner now, Holmes takes a slash and gets it behind the net to the far side. Holmes still with it. Trying to keep it alive. Holmes now with Flores. Murdoch came in to help. Reed kept it alive. Flores now, far corner. Spun and tried to get it back for Holmes. Flores got it back again. Holmes is taken out the far side by the player who just knocked the puck down in, Thornton, as that's fired down the ice and technically on net. As Murdoch is dumped as she tried to play the puck again by Thornton. Pryor out through center, taken by Desjardins, but can't get it past Flores, who tries to find it in her feet and slashes it to the far side. DiGiacinto out at center now. Murdoch trying to come up with it. Thibodeau swatted at it and missed, but Suter came to find it. Sent it behind the net to the near side. Moon up the near boards. Pryor tipped it ahead for Murdoch, and she's got Suter going with her to the net. Murdoch in front, and she just missed Suter with the pass. Penalties coming to Whitby. And a slashing penalty. That is Whiteman with her second stick infraction of the game. At 13:23 in the third period. It's funny, Whitby's had a penalty at around the 13-minute mark in all three periods, so at least they're consistent in that mark. Face-off taken by Peters. Healy leans into one just off the blocker of Lucifora. Far side now, Suter. Trying to find it, got it back to the line. Moon settles it, left it for Suter. High slot, Charlton one-timer, kicked out by the pad of Lucifora. Moon to Suter now on the far side. Moon again, near side now, Healy. Feathered that through, but that went wide of the net. Moon walking the blue line on. Another save by Lucifora, and she dove to hang on to it. Face-off win comes to Healy as Coach Murdoch was trying to give her some instructions from the bench. Moon's on it. Now Murdoch in deep. Flores. Puck went off her stick. Comes to the line now. Moon again. Pryor's tripped up, but no call there as it's chipped to the far side by Burgess and carried out to center. flipped up and deep into the defensive zone for Burlington. Less than a minute to go on the power play. Far side, Healy. Cross ice now, Flores skates onto it. Flores knifed away from her, but she got it and took it behind the net. Off the skate of Murdoch. Pryor got it back for Moon. Now Healy's shot rejected by Lucifora, and the rebound is cleared out to center. Moon in her own zone, lifted to the far side for Murdoch. Less than 30 to go in the power play. Murdoch in front, and it went through the blue paint again. Slapped out and down the ice once more. "15 seconds to go in the power play. Thibodeau skating it out through center. Takes it into the offensive zone. Stick up in her midsection, and another penalty's coming to Whitby. And now we're getting some penalties. A 3-second 5-on-3 before another 2-minute 5-on-4 as Molly Ferris is going off for hooking. 11:26 left to play in this third period. Burlington still trying to find the goal to break the goose egg for Lucifora. 5-on-4 begins, and that goes right up and into the bench for Whitby, so the face-off will be inside the Wolves zone. Face-off win by Whitby. Slapped around to the far side. Stephen at the point. Walking the blue line, gave it off to Thibodeau. Back pedals and fired that off the stick of Whiteman. And it's carried up and out to center and fired down by Thornton. Holmes after it with Whiteman. Wrapped it round to the far side for Houston. Ahead now for Gray. Over and across now for Moon. Back to Gray. High slot. Gray's shot tipped wide. Moon's on it in the near corner with Holmes. Moon still got it. Backpedaling to the line. Thought about the shot. Here's Holmes now. Sharp angle. Stopped by Lucifora. Holmes trying to direct it back out in front. Battle for the puck. Glove down at the line by Moon. Steps into his shot. Glove saved by Lucifora. Healy into the puck off the draw. Got it in behind the net for Flores. Far side, Murdoch now. Moon at the line. Murdoch again. Murdoch back to the line. Moon can't get it to the far side as it's cut off by Strongman, but Healy's took it away. Far side now, Murdoch and into the offensive zone. Flores shot, kicked out by Lucifora. At the line, Moon is bumped as it's poked out to center. Healy to Flores. Through center. She has stood up at the red line but got it in deep. Rung off the glass to the near side, but Healy kept it alive. Murdoch now. Healy's stick is slashed away from her, and another penalty's coming as Murdoch hit the crossbar again. Extra attacker on for Burlington. Moon still with the puck at the blue line. Shot deflected up over top of the net, and it's touched by Whitby. And the slashing penalty is coming. Donegan going off. Another 1 second 5-on-3 before we return to 5-on-4. With 9:27 left. Whitby with a string of 3 penalties, and I believe a timeout has been called by the Whitby Wolves. And if there was any opportunity to get back in this game, it would be now. It's just under 9.5 minutes left in this third period. we're approaching the need for a goal every 2 minutes. Murdoch, Flores, and Pryor with Moon and Healy. Out on the power play. Again, a 1 second 5-on-3 before we go to 5-on-4 again. Oh, and here it comes out to center with a breakaway out of the penalty box for Ferris. Big save by Pitts, and another one as the rebound was rejected out in front of the net. A massive stop by Callie Pitts. Murdoch on the puck. Dropped it back to the line now. Moon, Murdoch again. Moon once more. Far point. Shot fought off by Lucifora and goes to the near corner. Behind the net now Flores. Far side Murdoch. At the line Moon. Long shot just wide. Flores comes to the loose puck. Far side. Another save by Lucifora. Just kept it at the line. No, Moon couldn't quite keep it, reaching for it. Murdoch again. Back on the attack for the Barracudas. Murdoch gets it to Flores, who takes it in deep. Far side. Pryor fanned on it. That shot is off a skate and wide. Barracudas doing everything possible to get a puck past Lucifora, and it's not working. Whiteman is tying up. There's another slash on Thibodeau. No call right in front of the referee, too. Stevens in on the attack. Steven right through. Just missed the net. As Peters has found it now on the near side. Back of the line, Thibodeau knocked away from her and out to center by Whiteman. Steven with 34 seconds to go in the power play. Dropped it for Thibodeau, returned to Steven again. Out to center now, Charlton. Takes a bump but gave it off to Peters. Charlton followed up again, but it's taken away and cleared down the ice. Pitts left it in the near corner for Thibodeau. Far side now, Steven. Near side, Suter. Skates it down on the right wing. Drop pass for Gray. Waiting for her teammates to change. The penalty has expired. Glove down. The area in the near corner. It's picked up by Kenyon and skated it out to center. Bouncing puck intercepted by Healy, and Gray got it out and down the ice. Deflected just in by the stick of a defending Wolf. Gray got in the way of that pass from Kenyon. Here comes Mailhot now. Can't step around. Healy goes to the near corner. Reed stepped into the puck and got it up the near wall, but not out. Mailhot knocked it down and Healy took it away. Sent it round to the far side. Held in by the Wolves. This is Mailhot again. Dropped it back to the line. Sent in deep again by DiGiacinto. Coming up to the 6.5 minute mark as a crowd gathers. Healy came to the loose puck, sidesteps a check, and skates it out to center. Healy into the offensive zone, but on the pass, Murdoch was just a step offside. .6:23 to go. Flores to Thibodeau. Now Murdoch into the middle for Pryor. Lost it in her feet. And it's flipped out to center by Leonard. Knocked ahead again by Leonard. Just onside though. Donegan can't get it in front. Thibodeau blocked the centering pass. Flores came up with a puck. Got it behind the net for Moon. Off the boards and out to center. Pryor. Murdoch racing after it. Trying to come up with the puck. Murdoch taken out. Pryor came to the loose puck though. Pinned up on the back wall as Flores came to it. Pass off a skate and out to center. Now 2-on-1 the other way. Moon is back. It's Ferris. Shot. Missed the net. Thibodeau got it out to center. Pryor the other way now with Murdoch coming. Murdoch to the puck. It was bouncing. Murdoch got it in deep though. Pryor after it. can't come up with it. Stefik up the far side, and it's bounced out to center. Another odd man rush for Whitby this time. Strongman has it skip over her stick, and it goes in deep. Back of the net, Thornton now. Being watched by Healy. Thornton slowing things down for a second. Far corner now, Steven round back of the net to the near side. Thornton tied up by Peters, but puck was gobbled up by Strongman. Now at the line, kept in deep. Thornton again. Left it in deep. Skated around back of the net by Strongman. And in deep again. Centering pass cut off. Haslam, but now it's at the line for Sawyer. Long shot blocked by Stevens. She couldn't find the puck though. And it's Strongman again. Precious time ticking away for Burlington here, and they still can't get it out of their own zone. Healy hauled down as she tried to play the puck behind the net. Suter ties it up, and it's fallen on. That's a hand pass if that gets to anyone. And Steven managed to come up with it, get it out and down the ice. Charlton going after it. Lucifora came way out of her net to play the puck. White man back the other way. Haslam now. Trying to step around the D. Pitts with a save. Healy off the boards and out to center. Less than 4 minutes to go now with Holmes skating it down and into the offensive zone. Holmes round to the far side, still with it. Holmes got it in deep for Houston. Houston still in that far corner. Takes his slash, gets it to the line. Holmes has it knifed away from her, and it's skated out to center by Whiteman. Burgess going to the net. Whiteman is disrupted by Moon. It comes out in front though. Comes to the line. Shot blocked. Doesn't get through, and I think that hit Holmes, who's a little slow to get up. All the way down the ice now. Gray after it. Gray with a shot that's blocked by DiGiacinto. Cross ice pass ahead for Whiteman, who dumps it in deep. Moon going after it. Trying to come up with it against Harold. Moon is taken down with Harold as well. Pryor now out to center, bounces over the stick of Murdoch, who's going after it. Gets there before the icing. In front for Pryor, who couldn't get all of that puck. Flores and Pryor now battling on that far side. Less than 3 minutes to go. Thibodeau with a shot that goes off a stick and up and into the glove of Lucifora. .249 left to play. Burlington with 29 shots on the net. Not one of them has gone in. There's another one that goes just wide. Steven is on it. Got it in deep. Pryor trying to come up with it. Pryor has it taken away from her by Donegan. Donegan can't step around Steven as Pitts covers up. .232 left to play in this third period. Burlington simply cannot solve Maya Lucifora. Suter out to center. Blocked by Ferris. Digging for the puck. Peters got it back to Healy. Healy drops it for Reed to alleviate some pressure up the far side now. Charlton swept it in deep. Peters going after it. Comes around to the near side. Stefik can't get it out. Peters took it away in front. Now to the line. It skipped over the stick of Reed. Peters near side couldn't get the clean shot away. Charlton got the loose puck, but it was swept out in front and nobody was there. Back out to center now. Ferris. Long shot blocked by Reed. Ferris got it again though in the far corner. Healy up the far side out of the reach of Charlton. Stepping into his shot that went wide was Sawyer. Centering pass taken away by Reed. 1.5 minutes to go in this third period. Charlton can't get it out. This is Leonard. Shot blocked by Healy. Near side now. Haslam can't step around Reed. Suter comes up with it and fired that almost right into the bench, but it goes all the way down the ice. Not enough on it for an icing. Cross ice pass just out of the reach of Thornton. Trying to catch Burlington changing. Moon has it stolen away by Thornton. Holmes now up the near side. Can't get it past Desjardins. That goes on net. Pitts makes the stop. Less than a minute to play. Moon lifting it high and out to center. Couldn't be knocked down by Gray. It was knocked away by DiGiacinto. Now Gray deflects it in deep. Off the boards and off Houston and not out. Gray now trying to get a shot away. That's blocked. Houston gets it in front again. Nobody was there at the line. Moon faked the shot and took one that was off a body. Goes into the near corner. Fired off the glass and down the ice. And icing waved off immediately as the puck was rolling. 20 seconds left. Gray gets it up the far side, deflected through by Pryor. Here goes Murdoch now, taken to the area behind the net. And Lucifora is going to shut out the Burlington Barracudas. 4-0 in the quarterfinals here in the U22 Elite Championship weekend. Burlington with 4 hard-fought games over the last 2 days, but they come up short and fall 4-0 to the Whitby Wolves in the quarterfinals. Thank you for tuning in and watching on YouTube. We will see you in a couple of weeks for the provincials. One last tournament on the 2022-2023 season.